All right, man. We back with another episode of the Coach Timo Show, man. And as always, I'm Coach C, and of course, that is Coach Timo.
Was good.
All right, so now it's officially over.
Man.
Season,
Get a break.
season is officially over, man. We took a L to the Royal Palm.
Yeah.
In a hard fought battle, at least in the first half. You know what I'm saying? We started out 0-0, man.
Yeah.
Before we get into all the other stuff, man, what we feel like now that you've had a couple of days to kind of reflect on everything, man, saying what's your mindset now, I guess, as far as how the season went? And
I thought the season went, like I say, I think as we talked about, we predicted the season. I guess we did it the year before too, but you kind of count, where you'll be at, at the end of the year. Like I said, outside of that one situation we had with the loss we had with Winter Haven. Outside of that one, we didn't really predict that one. I thought we predicted a 7-3 season for the most part. With a swing here and there, could have been 82. Definitely, I was telling one of the coaches today is that you prepare, almost 11 months out the year, for 15 weeks at the most. You know what I mean? And man, when you go through it, man, you're going through it. You know what I mean? You're going through an entire year. Now, with us, I always say we didn't have a bye because our bye really was week 1. You know what I mean? So when you don't have a bye, you're going straight through it. And we went straight through it, man. And we got to the point at the end of the year, we pretty much got through the season, injury free. We get to Jupiter, we went down two key players, and by the time we got through Suncoast, we was down probably about 10, 11 players. So we going into the FIT game, pretty much, we had to put Ryan in the secondary, had to put Jaden in the secondary. We was down Jerome, we was down Tazadi, we was down Lil Timo, we was down Bradley, our leading defensive end. We was down so many guys. So, like I said, we just kind of tapped out of it, man. First half, it's a dog fight.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I say, the second half, that team we played had a little bit more depth, and it just kind of kept coming.
Right.
And, we was at the point, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just kind of putting things together, and we didn't have a good showing in the second half of that game.
Yeah, man, with the with this FIT, man, it was like, I guess I don't kind of know how to feel about it, because it's like, yeah, we did make it to that playoff bracket, you know what I'm saying? And I guess we got an extra game, But at the same time, when you go one and done, and in that bracket, I do kind of feel like, man, like, was it like, is it worth it? You know what I'm saying? I guess, it depends on how you view it, man. Am I viewing it wrong? I'm kind of like on the fence. Is it worth it?
Well, I would say for certain kids that you have an opportunity, just being transparent as a coach, it's a game, like I said again, we was down 10, 11 guys, you know what I mean, in that game. And, when you're going through the week, you're thinking about 7. Like, should we keep 7 out of this game?
Mm-hmm.
7 got an official visit.
Right.
Saturday, we played Thursday. So I'm like, man,
right.
the worst thing that happened to me right now is
Lord.
7 going down with an injury. And then now he got to go on that official visit, you know what I mean? And so I was thinking about that, you know what I mean, in my mind. I think we only played him all the way through like 3 quarters. In the 4th quarter, I think he didn't play at all.
Mm-hmm.
But, you're thinking about 7 in that situation. We did lose 0 in the 3rd. This kid leading our team in interceptions as a sophomore, 6 interceptions. So we lost 0 in the 3rd quarter. So now you're down 0, you're down 1, you're down 20, you're down 17. Our complete secondary. So only we had over there was 24 and I think that's it.
That was
24.
the only 2. That was really the only who started.
Yeah, and then we took 7 out of there. So so 24. So to answer your question, was it worth it? I would say for 24 it was. Because 24 didn't have an interception all season. You know what I mean? And that game he got 2 as a freshman. So that did so much for his confidence. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to getting his eyes back around, because we worked on throughout the year about getting his eyes, because he in position, but he wasn't getting his eyes back to the ball. Mm-hmm. And it's very tough, especially for a young corner, when you're playing so much man-to-man. I don't think anybody plays as much man as we did, probably, but we play so much man-to-man that it's kind of hard to get your eyes back. You can try to teach young players how to get into the hip pocket and get eyes back. So by the time if you look at his film to the end of the season, he started able to get those eyes back, because he got some great ball skills. He just got to get his eyes back to the ball. and he was able to do that at the end of the year. So those 2 interceptions was big for his confidence. So I really think that was a positive thing for 24 there. So as a program, it's tough, man, because I think if we go into the FIT healthy, right, that's a different situation completely. You know what I'm saying? We go into that healthy.
Yeah.
But not going into it healthy, as we went through the weeks, you know what I mean? And I'm sorry, the week of preparation, we kind of looking at it like, oh man, we got to try to get through this thing. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
it was tough, man, because you're trying to put guys in different spots and different positions and stuff like that. And like I said again, the kids gave us everything in that first half, and I think the second half it just, with 0 going down, now we got Tayshaun, put Tayshaun at safety. He played safety all year.
Yeah.
So it's
I forgot about that.
Yeah, man. So we were trying to just figure it out at the end, man. So like I say, credit goes to Royal Palm and what those guys are building over there, and their success and stuff on their year. And I think them and Garcia will be a pretty good game. So I think they got who they. I think it worked out how it should have worked out.
Yeah, man. I like Sam. You know what I mean? Like, what he got going over there. I still would like to have beat them, but but,
anybody would. Yeah.
Not
just him, but
right? Anybody,
yeah,
anybody trying to beat everybody on the schedule.
Anybody, yeah.
Sticking with the playoffs, man. They had some 10-0 teams, man, who 10-0 during the season, and then they go out in the first round, man.
Yeah.
I know that's gonna be tough for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously we're not in that situation. How does a team view their season when you go 10-0 and in that first round, you out of there?
So that game I actually went to. I went to the Jupiter and Dr. Phillips game. Actually, that's one of the games that I want to see.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the matchups like that, I knew that one was one of those games you want to, as a coach, you want to see. You know what I mean? And one thing about me, I don't have an opportunity a lot of time to go see games because we playing, and if we ain't playing, we preparing for something. So I ain't having time to kind of go see games, and because we lost that Thursday, now I got that week. Like, okay, I can relax, I can go see a game, and what game I'm gonna go choose. In my mind, I want to go choose the Jupiter and Dr. Phillips game, and I like to go pregame. So I like to go there and see, how you guys warm up. I like to go see the pregame schedule, how things work in pregame, stuff like. I like to see all of that, and so I get there probably. I think the game started at 7, so I think I was there maybe like 5:30. Like I say, I want to see how you take the field. I want to see your pregame warm up. I want to see everything, and I could tell based on pregame kind of where the game was going. Now, I went in with the mindset. I'm thinking like, okay, Jupiter undefeated. I mean, Jupiter gonna be tough. You know what I mean? I mean, you got to play them all 3 phases of the game. I mean, it's just Jupiter put things together. And let me see what Dr. Phillips, what they're about. And man, just the pregame operation, man. I was impressed, man. Just watching them. Some things that kind of stood out to me. They was out first, and when they was out, it was doing more like an indie walkthrough, so to speak. They were doing like an indie walkthrough. Now, this is early before the game. Jupiter came out with their specialists and did some things with their specialists. So I'm watching the indie walkthrough that Dr. Phillips had. Then Jupiter went back in to get fully dressed. Dr. Phillips was fully dressed in the indie walkthrough around 5:30. Yeah. Jupiter came out in shirts and had to go back and get dressed and come back out as a team and do the whole team operation. Dr. Phillips was out already, fully dressed. Out there, did their indie walkthrough, then they started their team operation. But again, they don't have to get dressed. They fully dressed. So they went through the entire team operation. And when they went through the team operation, Jupiter went back in. So I'm looking at the clock. Because I'm thinking the game starts at 6:30, but the game starts at 7. So I'm looking at the clock. On the clock, it says they had like another 30 minutes or 25 minutes or something like that. Yeah. Jupiter went in. Jupiter came back out. Dr. Phillips still on the field. They came back out at probably about 7 or 8 minutes. But they came out and ran through the tape or the smoke or whatever they come out of. Yeah. They come out of that, and I'm looking at the clock. And the clock says 7 or 8 minutes. But you came out like you finna start playing right now, like Captain is out. Yeah. Dr. Phillips is still going through their pregame operation. So I thought that was kind of weird. I was like, so now Jupiter's still on the sideline just watching Dr. Phillips continue their pregame operation. So I thought that was kind of weird there. And then something told me, because I had forgot all about that, Dr. Phillips played Jupiter the year before.
Right. Oh,
and beat
yeah,
them
yeah,
35
right.
nothing. I didn't think I forget who they had lost to the year before and all of that. But they had lost to them 35-0. So in my mind, I was thinking, okay, now if you lost to them 35 nothing, so the team already in their minds like this ain't gonna be a ball game in their mind and stuff like that there. And I just say Jupiter got down early like 14-0 before they started climbing back out of that hole. But it's something about when the team has your card, when the team has your number. I just really think right now Dr. Phillips has Jupiter number, and Jupiter really, because remember Dr. Phillips wasn't that far down.
Right.
So Jupiter wouldn't have had them like that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's just some kind of way that Jupiter ended up falling. I mean, not Jupiter, but Dr. Phillips ended up falling. And Jupiter ended up
I think when they put Palm Beach Central ahead of them, I think it was.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, they put Central ahead
jumped
of
them. Right. So because they would have had Palm Beach Central probably. Yeah, so Central jumped them. But now you get handed the team who beat you the year before 35-0. You see what I'm saying? And
matter of fact, Lake Nona jumped. They was number 7.
Something
they went to number 7 because Jupiter was number 2.
Right.
Yeah, so they jumped. So Lake Nona jumped them, and Palm Beach Central jumped.
And how they got down to 7. You're right. So I would say, man, Dr. Phillips is a good football team.
Yeah.
I don't know how to get to 7. that's a good football team.
Well, they played towards the end of their schedule. I think they had Edgewater on their schedule, like week 7 or something like that. And they had their last game was West Orange.
Yeah.
They got smoked by them, and I want to say it was another tough team that they ended up losing to or something like
I'm telling you, man, I really say that, that I try to look at everything. I could tell a lot of times in pregame and stuff like that, kind of if I look at your operation, kind of how things is going. So I look for organization, I look for structure, I look for, is you kind of blowing your load with all the yelling and back and forth and screaming at each other or whatever. Right. I kind of could tell through all of that, all the hot air stuff, you know what I mean? But those two teams didn't typically do that. But just looking at the operation of Dr. Phillips, they suit and tie, man, and they coach it like no. I don't even know the coach personally or anything. That's my first time even seeing him, but to see how he just conducted himself on the sideline, look like he know nonsense too. So yeah, they got a good. I think they lost in state last year too. They lost to Lake Mary, I think.
That what they lost?
Yeah, because they beat Jupiter. Yeah, and they didn't lose in this Lake Mary.
Right. Yeah, man. I think it's only how many they got? As far as Palm Beach County teams left, you got in the actual playoffs. You got Glades.
Yep.
Atlantic.
Both Polk and Glades Central.
Both Polk and Glades. Atlantic, West Boca,
St. Andrews.
St. Andrews still in there.
Yeah.
Cardinal Newman.
Cardinal Newman still in there.
Is that it? I'm gonna forget somebody.
Nobody in the big classes. So not count FIT.
Not count FIT. Or no, Spanish River.
Spanish River. They beat Western. They came back. That was a good game.
Yeah, they came back and beat Western. Came back and beat Western.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Like I said, Spanish River, man, they've been on the uptick for the last couple of years. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been able to pull from that other county. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And in fact, that their coach left, and they still was probably still better than they were last year. You know what I'm saying? Because they have better players.
I would say. But again, like you saying, you when you're able to put things together, I think also Western not like the Western of old when we was at other places playing Western, it's not like the Western of old. So you kind of got a good situation there. I don't know how tough, again, it's just me saying this, I don't know it be true or not. I don't know how tough that region is that way. I mean, you look at the top, you look at Columbus and what is it, Palmetto, I think?
Palmetto, yeah. But Columbus not in, right?
Yeah,
Columbus had it down. I'm trying to had it down year this year.
No, they ended up beating St. Lucis. They should beat St. Lucis in round one.
No.
Yeah, they not typically what they
right.
used
Okay,
to be.
But they were still in. Okay,
right.
Okay,
Because I think they was 7 and St. Lucis was 2 or high.
Okay, that's what I was like.
But what I'm saying is, typically, you got Columbus, you got Palmetto.
Right.
You know what I mean? You had Western somewhere in there. But when you get to like the Corey Glazer, Stoneman Douglas, and all those kind of schools like that, that's in that area, Boca Raton, all those schools like that. It's like no heavy hitters in that region like that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean. Spanish River really can have an opportunity in that side. Now, they're probably gonna switch everything up with this new situation, but definitely I was surprised by Spanish River beating Western. That was a good one though.
I mean, so now it's the open district, and now as I was saying, it's open.
I don't know how they're gonna do it.
Like you don't have to have a district game no more.
They're still trying to figure. I think they're gonna finalize everything in January.
Okay,
something like that. I think they're saying they're gonna take one district out, but the open division thing is still in the air. So they're trying to work that out.
Because it was talking about far as with the classifications, right? It's gonna be 6 is the top class, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Correct.
And then rural is not there, or are they gonna merge it with something like that?
Probably merge with 1.
And then they were saying though that they were gonna have open division as far as the playoffs, right? Something like so at the end of the year they're gonna take the first.
You to play district game. You in the district, but don't force you to play district game.
Well, I think the one I was reading up on the other day was like that they're just gonna take the top 8 teams in the state, and they're gonna have their own, not like that's gonna have a class. Like it's gonna be that elite class, and then class 6A, then 5A, something like that.
But do you got to play district games?
Now that I'm not sure about, because I don't think so, because I don't think I play district games now technically, because TFA, the First Academy, they ain't playing no district games.
Right. And what happened is I think they said that people started like having a problem with district because some districts are down, and it hurts their overall rating. If you force me to play this district game, and then now I can't get an open division. You know what I mean? Because that person don't get an open division. You could say the reason I ain't get in because you made me play these teams. right. So they're gonna do open division and they can't do districts. Yeah, because you forced me to play 4 or 5 games that I'm supposed to play.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I don't like how they're gonna. Well, I guess maybe once they finalize it, we can have more to say about it, because they don't know what's the formula, what's gonna put them in to that elite class. You know what I'm saying? I know it's only gonna be St. Thomas versus. I mean, that's gonna be good matchups or whatever you had that because of that elite classification.
But I think Mass Prep posted. I guess they're taking the same. I don't know if the state taking it over or not, but they're supposed to take the same kind of formula of Mass Prep, take like with the ratings. Yeah. If you rank in this top whatever,
you go in the play.
You go in the open division. Yeah. But like I said again, you cannot play district then because you can hinder me from getting there if you make me play.
Like who's in Newman district?
Like Benjamin.
Yeah, I'm saying,
like made the playoff. So ain't nobody in there for
you know what I'm saying, right?
3 games or something. Yeah,
it's just luckily Newman played that other schedule
because even Pope John Paul made it.
Pope John Paul made it.
They made the playoffs.
They made the playoffs. They made the playoffs.
I don't know what's going on, man. That's crazy.
Another team that got knocked out was Dillard.
Dillard got knocked out?
Dillard got knocked out.
No, man, I'm just starting out. There's no way.
Oh, so you must see.
I was talking about Jupiter.
I was talking both of them really, but Dillard was the main one I'm really thinking about. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I did not know.
Was it South Plantation? I think it was a South Plantation.
I know they had
Plantation. Play Plantation.
They lost.
Yeah. You must have seen Jude.
Listen, man. I be listening to the Go for Two podcast.
Yeah.
And was it Jude or the other guy? Mm-hmm. Coach Jude or the other guy? They was consistent with 2 teams all year. Miami Norland and Dillard. Yeah. And he kept saying, man, Dillard ain't gonna trick me, bro. Like they're not gonna. I'm telling you, I'm shocked, man, at Dillard. Cause I thought Dillard beat Dr. Phillips.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Dillard was up in that game. Plantation came back. Came back. Yeah, no, like Jude posted a video, like, so I guess it's for the game. For the game, it's like, hey man, tell Jude you would watch him out for something like that.
To go over to podcast.
He said, tell Jude to watch him out. Right. And then Jude posted like a meme, was like, why he mad at me for? Or then, then it was like, and it was just about them losing. It was funny though the way he put it.
Wow, man, I did not know Dillard lost that game.
Yeah, no, they lost. Yeah, Dillard lost. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what though? They kept saying, bro, on that podcast, they kept saying the scheduling, bro. You know what I'm saying? And now I don't want to have that same, because like we played Jupiter and we know like how good that team was. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that team, in my opinion, probably could have played a tougher schedule to prepare them for Dr. Phillips, because they team. True. I still would have thought they went undefeated. I mean, if they don't put West Boca and probably Newman and Atlantic on that schedule, everybody else in the county they could have put, to a certain extent. You know what I mean?
It could have put Pahokee on there. Yeah. Could have put GC on there.
Right. And you still had a possibility of going undefeated. Yeah. You know what I mean? So take Suncoast off and all of those, but
even if you had 9-1. With Pahokee, GC, or Atlantic, or one of them, right? Even St. Lucius, they probably still would have been 2 seed at 9-1, right? Because the strength of schedule would have put them there. You know what I'm saying? Like had they have 1 loss, let's say the best run lost to us, they would have dropped the 5th seed, 6th seed. Because
now, and I don't know who Dillard played in, and I guess they played Dr. Phillips.
Yeah.
But definitely, scheduling thing, man. Like it's I'm telling you, man. Like you got to be able to do it. You got to have that. If you got a team, I always say this, man. If you got a team, yeah, and most coaches know, when you got a team that you know you can make a deep run with, you know what I mean? You know this back in almost February, March. Like you look around the weight room, like, hey man, we got a team to really challenge the thing this year. That's when you really start scheduling it the right way. And you may have made your schedule like in January, but you go back and say, hold on, I'm gonna call this coach back. Hey coach, man, we ain't gonna be able to do it, man. I gotta get you off there. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get somebody else on there because I know this team got a chance. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm trying to go through season 10-0, but I'm gonna try to go through it to a certain extent and make sure the guys are prepared so when we get to the playoffs. When we was at other place, we knew in our mind when we walked in the spring over here, this when Lace used to do the Jamboree.
Spring
right?
Jamboree.
Spring Jamboree. We weren't going to even get into the Spring Jamboree. We looked in and said, okay, they got Deerfield in there. Even though we ain't playing Deerfield, we need to go see them because we know that's who we're going to have to get through with this team. We knew we had Keem and Nato and all those guys. So we were like, let's try to find a way to go see Deerfield and see what we need to get through. And I remember going and watching them. They was playing somebody, and you know we had to play Centennial, and they played somebody. And we watched, and we was like, yeah, that's cool. That's who we're gonna match up to, and we got to make sure we had to match up to that team and beat that team, and then have a chance to go to state. And we knew that, so we had to make a schedule to prepare us for that because we didn't have. Remember the shooting game?
With Dwyer.
We didn't have Dwyer initially there.
Yeah, right.
And we were like, no, let's go play Dwyer in the kickoff class. Let's play Atlantic week 1. Let's do that because we got to prepare the guys for Deerfield. And we knew that. And then the season went just like how we thought it was. Third round it was Deerfield. You know what I'm saying? So we knew in our mind that's what it was. And when you look around, you know, I say this for the coach in the area, man, because some teams got a chance. You know what I'm saying? When you coming back to this 26 year, you know, you look around at that weight room, man, you starting to see some guys, man, you know, that you can make a little deep run. You know, you want to schedule prepare those kids because, you know, we can say we want to say South Florida, Broward and Dade. When I say South Florida, I'm not talking about Palm Beach right now. But South Florida, those guys play. You know what I mean, for the most part. That's why I was shouting about Dillard's schedule. Like, but like I said, they played Dr. Phillips. In the city of Orlando, they played. So, you know, those guys, like you say, Dr. Phillips played Edgewater, and I'm sure Parker played. I don't know Parker down or up.
Parker down this year.
Or they down. But usually they typically play.
Yeah.
Osceola play. You know what I'm saying? They play guys.
West Boca, Boone. That was Boca. West Orange,
Boone, and all those guys.
Seminole.
Right. And where Deron, the quarterback, committed to Miami, where he play at?
Oh, Jones,
they play. They be coming down here playing no West and all that.
Everybody.
They play people. So, you know, so when you got a scheduling how to play those kind of teams in the playoffs because they're in your region, you gotta understand, you gotta prepare yourself for that. That's why I give respect to what's going on in Atlantic. He plays.
Atlantic will play whoever.
Because he preparing them for, you know what I'm saying?
Atlantic don't care.
He got one thing in mind, man, St. Thomas. He preparing them for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In his mind, he know if I get through St. Thomas, I'm winning state.
Right.
That's probably pretty much been the last 10 years at Atlantic.
Yeah.
If I get through Atlantic, I'm winning state. If I get through St. Thomas, I'm winning state. You know what I mean?
West Boca did a great job scheduling this year.
They did. They did.
Great job.
Yeah.
Scheduling this year. They played national team, and they played Scarter Newman and Atlantic. You know
Newman did as well.
Newman had
I gotta say same thing with Palm Beach Central.
Yeah.
They played this year. You know what I'm saying? Now it got away again, they got to look at it. It was a bad draw.
Yeah.
Fort Pierce Central rolling right now.
And you know they ran into Fort Pierce Central right in there, and they got hot. You know what I'm saying? They got a few guys come in the spring or whatever, and then you know what I'm saying?
Right. That's tough.
They ran into them.
They had the opportunity to win that game though. They missed the kick.
They had the opportunity, missed the kick, and then the Hail Mary down there, it's when you got guys on your team, man, you definitely got to take advantage of them opportunities. You know what I'm saying? When you got the trenches locked up like that, man, you can't have no bad losses. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard to get trenches, man.
It is.
We seeing that right now. It's just hard to get trenches. When you got trenches, man, you got to take advantage of that.
You got to take advantage of it.
You know what I'm
you got to go deep in that thing, man. You can't. Yeah.
And when you got the trenches one. And then you got an athlete at quarterback. I mean, sometimes you think, man, I got to ball that thing up a little bit. And you know what I'm saying?
You do.
He like to run it anyway.
Right. Right. I think so. Because I'm telling you, when we played him, man, that kid, man, he ran like a running back.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'd rather running back run the ball than he ran.
He fast, he's strong. Like, oh, man,
we
chances like
that.
That,
man, no, we got to contain him. Let the running back run. They run the inside zone. No. They own the quarterback. Don't take the dive.
Right.
We try to replace it by taking the dive and spill the linebacker over top. But our linebacker ain't finna catch this quarterback.
No,
You know what I'm
he
saying?
gone, man. No,
Yeah,
but
big time. I
yeah,
like
no, but that's crazy with the playoffs, man. Hopefully, one of these Palm Beach County teams, along with I know West Boca did last year. Hopefully, Atlantic can go ahead and jump it out,
and hopefully Newman get the
Newman got to get over their hump.
They get the Chaminade.
That's
I think they got to beat CCC, but they get beat CCC. They get the.
That's what they lost to last year, right? CCC,
right?
Overtime. I think overtime too last year.
So hopefully they get the state play Chaminade. Hopefully Atlantic get there and play who they gonna play, and hope West Boca can get back there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, for sure. And then going on. So now you text me earlier today about that this new bill, man. This new pay coaches bill, man. What's that about as far as what you've seen?
I can't. It's hard to. The literature is kind of hard to understand based on like how and where the money gonna come. Like where the money gonna come from for the most part. I guess once I understand that, like where it's gonna come from and how they gonna, because they say they putting everything back into the districts. That could be a good or bad thing. You just don't know. You know what? I do think it's setting the foundation, like our northern state, our brother state, which is Georgia, that you see in Georgia, like some counties are different. So, I don't know what county that's called, where Valdosta is at, and whatever county that's called. But
I don't know either.
Those two schools, the major schools in that county, Valdosta and I think Lowndes or Colquitt, whatever they call it. I think those schools, their coaches' salaries are pretty high. Mm-hmm. But if you get more into the inner city of Atlanta, I don't think it's the same as those. You know what I mean?
And that's in those teams, Valdosta and all them, Colquitt and Glenn County and all that, those are rural areas. You know what I'm saying? They ain't no big
So that's what I'm saying. So I'm thinking the same thing here. Like if you're putting the ownership back into the districts, right? Mm-hmm. Think about, for example, I think like Vero's in Indian River County, right? We know the machine that they'll have behind them with a booster and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. So their salary going to be set a little bit high. Lakeland Dreadnoughts, right? Mm-hmm. Salary a little bit. Osceola, probably Kissimmee, probably going to set theirs a little. You know what I'm saying? So they'll probably be a little higher than the other inner city schools or anything like that. So
Sumter County, Jasper County.
You know what I'm trying to Sewanee, you know what I mean?
So, Choctaw up there.
And Immokalee, you got all of them out there. Probably Clewiston, I don't know. So all of them out there is a little bit more different. So I don't know. I got to see how they're going to map this thing out for me to have more understanding. Mm-hmm. But for whatever it is, I'm glad the bill got passed to have the opportunity to even make the money here in Florida before leaving and stuff like that. Because most of the time, most coaches, you can have success here, but a lot of times you kind of turn around, you're looking like, okay, hey man, I could take this job, I could take my ability of doing this and take this to Texas and take this to Georgia with the support financially behind me and take this thing, you know what I'm saying, where I want to take it to.
Right.
So hopefully that Florida can catch up to it because I think we do got the best athletes. We're year round, in the sport. And I think we really could provide like a really, really, really good boost for our kids going to college. Because I know when you talk to college coaches, man, when they come into the school and you sit down and talk to them and you ask them about the Georgia and Texas kind of player, what makes us different. Mm-hmm. And they take the bodies, man. The bodies are different. You know what I mean? Those kids are year-round, weight room, nutrition plan, those kind of things, man. So the bodies are different. They're prepared more. But the coaches can spend more time preparing them because of the finances behind them. With us, you still got to work. You still got to do. I mean, not saying that they don't work up there, but I'm just saying, like, we got to tap into other stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? To survive down here in West Palm Beach, Florida. You know what I'm saying? So you can't sit here and say, hey, man, Coach Timo need about a month or two, man, to kind of, you see what I'm saying?
Right,
and then we get back into it. But I think in those states like that, you kind of, the kids are 12 months out of the year with the coaches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I said, I was reading up a little bit and kind of looking at some of the comments or whatever. And I know that they were saying that, I guess people ask the same question: where the money come from? Where the money from? But right now, he said they put the onus on the district. And then before we even get to where the money come from, even if you stick to the district, like if your district got money, you know what I'm saying, they can even let's say the district got money, right? Well, I guess it would be interesting to see how they allocate what funds to what schools. Are they going to say every school coach got the same pay? Or are they going to, because they say you can have bonuses now, you can have incentives now. This just on.
You could have, okay.
Yeah, what they put on there.
Okay.
You can have incentives and bonuses and stuff like that. Okay. So it's like, okay, well, how much would they allocate to each individual school to say, here's your coaches. But then from there, how can you have bonuses? Like, how are they going to allocate that funds?
Right.
If you make the playoffs, you get a bump. You make the state, you get a
But from
bump.
who? The district or the school?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Like, cause like as of right now, he said we don't know where the money coming from.
Okay.
But just on the thing that they posted, they said it's up to the districts, right? You can allocate whatever funds you want to the coaches, pay them how much you want, and you can have incentives and you can have bonuses, which is pretty much the same thing. But that's the way they worded on the thing.
I got you.
So then there's like, I wonder how would they even allocate that money?
But then, okay, that too, and then also incentives and bonus. Like, who are mapping out the incentives and the bonus? Because, for example, okay, an incentive for us can be, okay, well, you guys went 6-40 this year. Next year, anything from 73 to a regional, this, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's a bonus. That's an incentive to get, whatever.
Or make the other playoff,
Right.
real playoff.
Again, John, please forgive me, John Leonard. Say we're John Leonard, right? My incentives can't be 73. I just went 0-10.
Can't.
Or
Right.
Dwight, I just went 0-10. So 5-5 is an incentive for me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but then again, my incentive is 5-5, and then your incentive is this. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now, coaches are very smart in our county. So, hey man, let me go over here to this. I can grab some of these
I
incentives.
get some of these incentives.
Right. You see what I'm saying? Instead of me, 'cause my incentive over here is, you know what I mean?
Right.
Is that. So
Mhm.
I need to go to an incentive school that's a little bit more attainable.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't know, man. It's gonna
Because
be,
if you make all the incentives the same across the board, now John don't get the incentive. Like you say, okay, everybody, if you make the playoff, you get extra bump. If you 10-0, you get a bump. If you know what I'm saying, that's just what it is across. Let's say that's what it is across the board.
win the season.
Winning season, you get extra whatever, 500,000. You make the playoffs, you get another 1,000. You make to the regional, state final,
Yeah.
So
Well,
if you had John,
they would have to, you know what I'm saying? So
You know what I'm
map
saying?
it out like that.
I was saying, but then but to your point, that would hurt John.
Correct.
That would hurt Forest Hill.
Correct.
That would hurt. That would hurt us this year.
Right.
Although we had a winning season, but that would, you know what I'm saying? That would
Right.
hurt Rope On. They ain't made the
Right.
full playoffs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That would be. It would be interesting because remember it says about the district. So I mean, the district would even have to say, "This is the incentive for the district," or they could say, "Here, the school can give you an
Or
incentive." but
individual
then,
schools or something like that. Or it's like teachers. Like how teachers have their
evaluation.
evaluation. Right? High evaluation.
Man,
tricky
that's
too.
that's tough,
Yeah,
man.
that's
'Cause,
tricky too,
what if your principal you and your principal don't really get
Right,
along?
don't get you a nice. Well, they're gonna fire you anyway.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah,
Yeah, don't get along. They're gonna fire you.
and you don't get your bonus.
Right. And you won't get the bonus. Right. I don't know. It's interesting, but it gonna comes with a lot because it comes with a lot in Georgia and Texas. You know what I'm saying?
When
And
money
those
get
schools over
involved.
there, it comes with a lot. So, I think it's time for us to kind of go down that road.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Instead of where we at right now, because I think we have a major problem now. You know what I'm saying? Because we do have some great coaches out there, and we put in a lot of work. And I tell anybody, man, any staff in the county, my 6-4 with my staff, them guys did a hell of a job because this 6-4 with the team that we have and the program that we have and what we building it at. It takes some work, man. It takes some work to get it to that point. Believe me, man, we came in this thing. I'm telling you, you know what I mean? We came in this thing how we came in this thing, but it takes some work to get those guys to that point, man. And when you got time to sit back and you reflect on the season and what and accomplishment that we had. I mean, you gave the stat to me the other day that since 2006 was only Lakes only had 5 winning seasons.
Out of
since
17,
2006.
5 winning seasons out of 17.
Out of 17 years, and that's insane. You know what I mean? That's insane. So you're talking about 5 winning seasons out of 17 years. And so what those guys accomplished, man, that wasn't nothing short of miraculous, man, because like I said, again, it doesn't come around late, often like that. You know what I'm saying? So when I seen that stat you sent me, I was like, nah, this can't be. I was like, man, only 5 winning seasons in 17, 18 years. That's, you know what I mean? So
yeah, and that was just, I'll be the office, but I was looking at, I had my brain. I was like, I wonder how many
winning seasons.
winning seasons. You know what I'm saying? Because I was thinking, well, this is Lakes, and we got the Restore Lakes motto.
Right.
So I was like, let me just look at this motto. And I want to do it before you got here.
Correct,
You know what I'm saying?
correct.
So I was looking at it, like, really since 2022. From all the way to 2004, I believe, or 6, or whatever the latest Max Preps it was. 5 winning seasons from that time, 17 seasons.
But that's when I think somebody asked me at one of those media things about when I talk about Restore, because I'm a Lakes historian, man. Like my brother went here. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm coming around, in 94, 93, right? I'm coming around 95. Guys like Lance Holkey them, man, and Antonio them, and Man and Hammer and Big Rob and Mike Mays and Vinny. I'm coming around through that time period, and so I'm seeing like how Lates is doing things all the way up, like Stanley Stevenson. I mean, I'm seeing Frank Williams, Jab. So I'm seeing all this here, man. Stanker, Pop, all them boys. So I'm seeing them go through a process in the 90s that they're one of the top schools around, and so. When I'm talking about restoring, I'm talking about those years, when I was a Jet, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't even talking about through, my high school years or after me or anything like that, because after me, I was off the school, so I didn't know what was going on. It's not like now you can check internet and all that. Right. So when I was in school, I didn't know what was going on down here, you know what I'm saying? I'm all the way in Hawaii. Mm-hmm. But I'm talking about that time, so you gave me that stat from 04, 05, 06 to now, they only had 5 winning seasons. I was shocked by that. But it also let me know that this is not often that it happens like this at Lakes. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we can look back at it. We're gonna look back. If we look at the team now, that we only lose, 3 to 4 seniors that actually will play significant minutes for us. Majority of the team come back, and we could look into their weight room or look into the locker room and say, this can be a 3 to 4 year run of us having winning seasons like that. You know what I'm saying? Because we bring so much back.
Yeah, man. That we, obviously it's gonna take work still, but I know next year we having a better outlook on how our season can go, barring transfers and anything like that. Guys going out because no team is immune to it.
Right.
But we like to believe that most of our guys will be here still at Lakes.
And we always say that. You know what I'm saying? Like we haven't got hit like some of the other programs around got hit like that. What we do know is the time gonna come that we're gonna get hit at times. You know what I'm saying?
They trying to get us now.
Yeah.
They trying to get us now. They trying to get 6 to get up out of there.
But you know what though? Lace always been a school that teams will try to look at like almost like a JUCO for them. You see what I'm saying? And I always been that, and that's been the case even when I was in school here. I was getting plucked that probably for the last from my sophomore year to my senior year. So it's always been like a JUCO for other schools, and so we knew that. But like I say, like we said in the last interview, that we try to provide everything possible for the kids here, that they don't look around and make moves and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like we try to show you that, and we showing you that through Rory Butler this year, that you can come to Lates and you can go to school from Palm Beach Lates. You know what I'm saying? We showing you that in our 27 class as well, that you come to Palm Beach Lates and be ranked in the country. You can come to Palm Beach Lates and get offers. You can do all those things that other coaches is probably promising you, right? You can do those same things here at Palm Beach Lakes. And those guys that do all that stuff there, man, they got to kind of, when you promise, now if a kid want to come play for you, by all means, man. You know what I mean? You can't, as a public school coach, you can't stop it anyway. Ain't too much stuff you can do as a private. So you can't really stop it. So I'm not saying that, but if you out promising a situation, you got to come through on that promise. You don't come through on that promise now. You run that risk of that parent coming out saying da 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 da. So we try not to be that program there.
Yeah, I think, if you take how we did our off season last year, really, even before we talking about like Ryan and them, we went the younger route. You know what I'm saying? We brought the youth guys, the young kids in, who coming in to going in the 9th grade. And our main thing wasn't to sell anything, as far as like, if you come here, you definitely gonna get an offer. Cause at that time we still went 8 still, you know what I'm saying? Before, so we can't say this time we only really had Timo was the only one that could say like, oh, that guy's, but didn't play it. But people are like, oh, well, Timo, 6'2", whatever, coach look at him. But our thing was more like selling our program. You know what I'm saying? What we do in the weight room, what we do in the off season, what we doing out there. That's how we sell it. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that other guys aren't doing things in the weight room or the off season, but I just think, of course I'm biased, but how we do things in the off season is unique because it's really about work.
Yep.
It ain't really about no fluff stuff here. No. We ain't really like
and we telling you have the opportunity to come here and play. And that's the biggest. You have the opportunity to play. You know what I mean? And we keep saying that we freshmen, we playing freshmen every single year. So we always tell our 8th graders, you come here, you have an opportunity to play here at Palm Beach Lakes as a freshman. If you're good enough, we're gonna put you out there. Trent started every game this year. Tayshaun pretty much started every game
right.
this year.
Played every game for sure.
As a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're going to put you out there like that. Some of our top sophomores, Carl played since he got here. Carl has started, you know what I mean?
Mike, since he got here.
Right. Raphael started as a sophomore all year this year. He's another kid that schools are going after. So, definitely, you as a coach, you want to be, and like I said again, as a public school coach, we understand it's movement. Ain't nobody gonna stop that. Mm-mm. It's gonna be movement, regardless they move out of here, they move in here, whatever it may be. It's movement all around the county, and we'll never be that style. And I'm willing to bet that you'll never see one of my guys on the coach staff or either myself coming on Twitter saying about this kid left and this coach did this and this coach said that. That's why he left. And man, we not doing none of that, man. So, end of the day, kids come and go. We're going to coach what we got to coach here. We're going to continue to build a program. And we building, like I said again, we're not building seasons. So we don't conduct ourselves like that. We don't act like that. You don't see us talking about just one individual season. We constantly talk about Restore Lakes. We talking about running this thing. We're not talking about we're going to have a season this year, next year we this, next year we talking about restoring it. We talking about every single time you're going to keep hearing that. So end of the day, I know some other schools like to say it. I know they like to post it. I know they like to do all of that. Oh, you don't hear us stop saying that, man. I mean, and for us, they don't understand. It gives us juice. When we go to 707 and we hear teams saying Restore Lakes,
right,
and we don't know that you know that, and when you say that to us, we know we're on the right path because everybody watching and everybody saying it.
I mean, you watch, because really you think about.
Bro, we were down at the University of Miami, people were saying Restore Lakes. Like,
you watch.
You know what I'm saying? Down there playing day teams, and they saying Restore Lakes. Oh, that's Restore Lakes right there. You know what I mean? We're going to continue to say that, man. That's our motto, man, and that's how we building our program. And again, you never see us disrespect nobody else's program. Mm-mm. We never talk about, we always give props. You guys are doing a great job. And what you guys are doing on you guys' own end. But us at Lakes, this is who we are. This is who we're going to be. And like I said again, we're going to continue to say Restore Lakes. And you ain't going to win a game and say, stop saying it. We're going to continue to say it.
Right, we're
going to say it
anyway. Next week. Never in this post.
Right. It's going to be Restore Lakes, man. And that's our goal, man. And we're going to continue to say it, bro. We're going to continue to build this thing how we building this thing, man. Either, you kind of get on the same side of us with this thing, man, or you just kind of be the opposition. You just choose your side.
Choose your side, man. Choose wisely, because it's
we fine.
Once we get,
we're gonna keep. Yeah, we're gonna keep coming. I'm telling you. And one thing about it, bro, we ain't gonna stop, man. We're gonna keep, and guys know that. Guys know that. We're gonna keep coming. And and like I said again, you gotta, you gotta be prepared for it both ways. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, get it off, but you gotta be able to receive too, man. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I think you yeah, for sure, man. You said something earlier about how college coaches view differently, how they view Georgia and us, mm-hmm. and it's how their bodies in their development. Mm-hmm. And when you look at those schools, like not even talking about the players, when you look at those schools and their facilities, I mean, them things is like crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't talking about Texas, because mm-hmm. Texas is on a whole nother college.
Right, Georgia.
But Georgia schools, mm-hmm. those facilities, those weight rooms, those tracks, those team meeting rooms, everything is just is crazy, immaculate. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting out, not every school, but most schools down there got
well, we know firsthand too, because when Tino left Central,
come on, man,
the first thing he did was send us number of images trying to get us up there.
Come on.
You know what I mean? And we was looking like, man, this is high school football.
And that school wasn't even no powerhouse school out there.
You know what I'm saying? We just looking at the images like, wow, he's showing that this going to have this and this and that. And that's crazy, man. Just the investment they put into those programs, man, it's big time.
Yeah, I mean, and I bring it up to say, man, well, I think some people do them, but some people don't realize the finances that need to go into high school sports, specifically high school football. Yeah. When if I turn this camera around and I showed our weight room, mm-hmm. we brag about the size, but like when you look at the actual equipment and everything else that we working with, I mean, I know some schools the school from Georgia would just drop their planting in there. They'd be like, hold on.
Right. Right. Yeah. That would become a different room for them.
Yeah.
They won't even be.
They're like, hey, man, throw this stuff away.
Yeah.
This is our meeting room.
Right. This is a meeting room. Right. This is a coach's office. Man. This is a coach's office, man.
I mean, with that, so I think people, like you said, people don't realize how much finances and everything it take like that. how does a school go about, now that you've been a head coach for these couple of years and you really see all the numbers and everything, man, how does a school even go about maintaining themselves with the finances they gather, or just specifically down here in Florida, Palm Beach? I mean, it's because I know it's tough. I know we talk about it all the time, but I know it's tough. Like, how does a school manage finances and everything like that?
Yeah, I think you gotta have a mind. We just talked about it. I think I have a mind for building a program. I think majority of the coaches here in our county, I would say the state as well, for the most part that I know, a lot of times they don't have a program building mindset. They got a season building mindset. But when you think of so far down the line, we came in here year one, and we thought to this year one, right? We thinking this year,
Right.
You know what I mean? We thinking the 27 class junior year, like where things need to be at, how things need to be running, those kind of things like that. We right now at 27, we're thinking about Tayshaun senior year. You know what I'm saying? So we thinking so far down the line with everything else that we're doing. And that's why I always say, like, when you get caught in the season mindset, then you're being reactionary. So either you win or lose a game, you're thinking right now in the moment, right? We're thinking past now, right? We thought about this moment 3 years ago. You know what I mean? So if you have that kind of futuristic mindset, I think a lot of times when you get your funds, or you get your the money you want to put into your program, you'll think along those lines about how you're going to invest that. So for us, year one, what we did, we came in here and bought 25 clamps for the weights. We didn't have clamps, you know what I mean? So think about that. We came in and bought clamps. Like, bro, we need clamps. And I'm gonna tell you how we thought about that. We had a powerlifting meet at Palm Beach Gardens. Went over to Palm Beach Gardens to powerlifting meet. We went over there. We ain't never seen Palm Beach Gardens weight room.
That's so true.
We went over there to the powerlifting meet, and our kids were so amazed at the clamps and the weights. Remember, they were like, "Coach, they got clamps.
They got clamps.
They put on their weights. That thing had different colors and everything." And our kids were so like, "Man, y'all just need to lift, man. Stop worrying about the clamps." They were like, "Man, no, Coach, you just snap them on. You got to do the, we got the squeeze.
We got the squeeze. Yeah, we got the real.
That's a whole nother workout.
Yeah, that's exactly.
They be benching. They got to get up and squeeze that onto the weight.
Hey, man, Coach, come put this clamp on.
Right. They always be tight. So all thing you had to do when they guard, you had to slide and flip the thing up.
Yeah.
Remember that? And they was like, "Coach," I said, "Man, I'm gonna see one of them clamps." So I slid it in the clamp. And I think I took a picture of it. I like, I'm gonna look on Amazon and see if they got these. And first thing we did, we got the budget. I said, "Man, let's go get some clamps, man." So these kids out tripping about these clamps. So we went and bought clamps for the weights. Then we went and got remember the bumper weights.
The bumper weight.
Yeah. So we went and got the bumper weight. So we went and got a bunch of the bumper weights. So because we were thinking futuristic. We was like, okay, listen, man. Next time we go to a school, they're gonna be tripping over these clamps and these bumper weight stuff like that. So we went and got those things. We also thought about the branding. You know what I mean? We started doing things like this, and the jerseys we changed, the helmets we changed, all those things that we knew that made sense, and we knew that that'll set the program a little apart from other programs, or I ain't gonna say the other program, but program that's down. We can kind of get in the upper echelon of certain things about branding and stuff like that. So we thought about program. We didn't think about it. If I'd have thought about this season, what I would have did, see, I would have brought my pieces for the next season coming up. I would have bought a bunch of footballs for the next season coming up. I would have came in and probably bought belts for the season coming up. I would have came in, I would have did everything for that season. Right. But I was thinking about just program stuff. Let's increase the weight room. Let's go inside the weight room. Let's put the pictures up in the weight room. Let's put team pictures up in the weight room. It's nothing that you could see at Palm Beach Lakes currently at the moment, well, football facility wise, that has anything to represent teams in the past. So we say, okay, well, since we can't do nothing about what's before us because we have no documentation or we have no pictures or anything we can kind of grab. So how about we just come in and start with our teams, right? So we started at the first year team. That's a big picture in our weight room. Then we started with the second year team, which was the team from last year, big picture in the weight room. And we said, we'll continue to do that. As long as we here, we have some type of representation of the kids that came through the program. Right. So everything we thought about was program thinking. Now, Georgia don't have to think like that. They could think season because the program already installed, right? So they can already think season and invest every single year into season. And you got certain programs down here, probably like West Boca right now, right? They kind of invest into their program, the weight room, coaches off and stuff like that. So now they can invest into their season and stuff like that. So we thought about certain things we was doing, and we said let's build the program up. So also with the chocolate milk thing we was doing, and we still continue to do that. We still got the food for the nutrition plan in the weight room. I'm ready to get that back going when we get into the weight room. So I think for us, the budget kind of represented. So how we can take advantage of it, I think a lot of times here in the state, you have to think program, don't think season. Because if you think season, you're going to spend all your money right then. You're going to be dead by the summer. If you think it's season, because what you going to do? You're going to get the vans, you're going to get the charter bus, you're going to go on a college tour and take kids all, that's $5,000
right.
You know what I'm saying? Take them through and stay in hotels and all of that, whatever. How about you just choose 3 or 4, right, that you can reach?
Mm-hmm.
Get the little van from Hertz, right? Load up, most of you can load up, right? Hey, man, let's go hit a Tallahassee.
Yeah.
Probably catch Florida on the way back down, and, most I can do, you know what I'm saying, as of right now, you know what I mean? And then as you continue to build your program up, things can change as you go through it. So you got to think program.
Like how much do you, I think first year we got the new jerseys.
Mm-hmm.
How much do jerseys cost?
We paid, well, the first one we got was the Nike ones, remember?
Yeah, the all white Nikes. The all white, yeah.
So we had the all white Nikes that we passed down to the JV. We might have wore those one time.
Maybe once.
Or maybe twice. I ain't put it back in after the Royal Palm.
This Royal Palm game? Is that the only game?
The Royal Palm game, the one with Gent, that first year.
Oh, God, yeah.
Right? Remember we only brought them out that one game.
We didn't do Dwyer when we played Dwyer?
Nah, we went back to the other ones.
We went back to the other ones.
Sick after that game. You remember we lost? Yeah. We went on the
Yeah, it was right.
Yeah. So we wore those there one time. So they got them. So we had the white Nike ones. I want to say that was close to about maybe like 8,000. And then the ones we got now currently, the one like the Bama colors and stuff, the pants go interchangeable with the jersey in and out. So I would think that was probably about each set. I would think about 7,000, something like that. So 7,000 from the room, 7,000 for the white or whatever. And then we just do fill-ins every single year. The kids this year, because I didn't know that I had promised that. You know, you and your coaches speak. Yeah. Kids came back to me and said, Coach Timo, you remember you told us we have a winning season, you're going to get us new jerseys? I said that.
Yeah.
Said,
the black jerseys, that's what specifically
said. Yeah, you said winning. So I got to look into that. They're going to hold me to that. So I got to look into getting us the blacks probably this year or something like that. So we'll see how much that go.
Yeah, man. You know, and I'll say here, saying this conversation with you is that we probably one of the few schools, again, I can't speak on every school, but we one of the, because I know every school ain't like this, but they have a good rapport with the administration. And the administration is definitely, willing to help out with some things like that.
Man.
You know what I mean? So, that's a blessing for us.
It's big time. And listen, I tell you, man, like, before I became the head coach, I've been to other programs, stuff like that. And a lot of times I wasn't on campus at those schools as an assistant. None of them. Everywhere I've been, I've not been on campus. I was working in another school, and I would come to those schools. And majority of those programs, I heard coaches complain about their admin this and that, and this can't get done, that can get done, whatever. And I always think like, man, as a head coach, man, it got to be hard. You got nobody saying, you got everybody telling you no every which angle. And then some things you be like, well, they said no to that? Like, man, that's crazy. So I ain't know my station gonna be, man, but I definitely, when I came in, man, the admin that I have here, when I tell you all, I think it's one in each, right? So I would say, think about 6 of them, maybe. You talking about APs and obviously the principal. But man, you talking about supportive, man. I'm talking about not just as me as the head coach, but all the players, man. I mean, everything's about program building for us. So everything about being about program building. When that comes to with a program thought, with a program mindset, with a program idea, they're right on board, man. Anything that they can do to change the trajectory of the program. I'm telling you, man, I give them this winning season much as to the players and whoever else, man, because they've been behind this thing 100%, man. You come to our games, you see the little courtyard area, the little basketball court thing lit up with vendors, man. The pregame stuff is the right thing, man. I mean, the whole entire operation of our game day experience, man, is big time. School, man. School, the faculty, the students on campus, man, like hearing them this year. I was just coming down from doing laundry. One of the kids say, man, Coach Timo, man, y'all done a great job this year, man. Like, and I'm just pushing the ball. I don't know if you think we still playing. I'm just pushing the bucket, so you may think we still playing. But just all the students, man, they talking nothing but positive. Again, that wasn't always the conversation. You know what I'm saying? But to hear the conversation change, man, and it goes to the admin, man. Like I said, I'm gonna say I got the best admin in the county because they's behind every single one of our coaches. They know all the coaches. I mean, even if the coaches down on campus, they know all the coaches, man. So I mean, it's just really, they're very supportive, very supportive.
Yeah, man, that's one blessing that we got here, man, and,
That's
and,
huge. That's
helping us
huge.
build this thing
Yeah.
to where we want to get to. Rory Butler,
Mm-hmm.
he just committed to Missouri State,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm glad for him, and I'm happy for him. And I'm just, I was in my mind, I'm like, Missouri, like, they really got to steal. Like, I don't think they really, I don't know if they really know.
Yeah.
They really just stole.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They walked into a mall, went to the Gucci store, and stole some
Right.
Gucci. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
that kid, man, I think he's going to be a dog for them. You
Oh
know what
my
I'm
God, he is, man. I think in that situation, man. We had to go to a down in Delray to the media thing or whatever, and I didn't remember this conversation until Ward texted me after the game, our last game. Man, he said, "Coach, man, I remember that whole conversation you had with me, man, and this and third, this and the fourth." And I remember going down and we sitting there talking down in Delray, and we just having the conversation. And I was like, "Man, Rory, man," like I said, he was like, "Coach, like what's the process? Like, whatever." So I said, "Rory, I said, listen, come in, keep your head down, man. Work every single day, make the plays you need to make, and then everything else take care of yourself. Everything will take care of itself, man." I say right now, I know it's tough with this new thing that college coaches don't really want to pull and give offers this kid's senior year and stuff like that. I said, but man, I say make it to a point that they can't deny you. You know what I'm saying? Just make plays, do things that a school can't deny you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Rory Butler did, man. And he came in, did it the right way. I always try to. It's gonna be a little information, I guess, when you talk about our upcoming 27 guys and our conversation. I always try to tell guys, right? I always had a mindset, even when I played, right? You want to be a big fish in a small pond, right? You want to be able to get out that flight. You want to be able to walk on that campus and everybody know who you are when you get there, right? Instead of you walking on a campus when they just, you play football, but who are you? You know what I mean? Because there's so many of y'all. You see what I'm saying? But when Rory Butler walked into Missouri State, they knew who he was. You know what I'm saying? When Rory Butler walked on that campus for training camp, whenever he report, they're going to know who Rory Butler is. You know what I'm saying? Rory going to be the big fish in that small pond. And I think Rory can go out there and dominate, man. I really do. I think he'll go out there and do what he need to do, man. And I say that for the 27 guys that's behind. I tell those guys the same thing. I tell Latimo that, and I tell Ryan Fernand that, and I tell the other ones as well. I told Julian that. Same thing. Hey, man, go somewhere where you guys are needed. Don't go nowhere where you guys are just wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If I just want you, bro, right now, it's an emotion.
Yeah.
So right now, I want you.
Right.
You come here and I want this kid now. And before you know it, you're down a depth chart. You know what I'm saying? Or you push into the portal.
Become a side piece.
Right. But if you go somewhere where you need it, man, they're going to give you every opportunity. Every opportunity. So go where you're needed at. Don't go where you wanted at, because it's going to be easy when you get to the University of Miami offer. It's going to be easy when you get to Florida and the Florida State offer, the Texas offer. It's going to be very easy to say, man, I'm going to go there because that's all I see on TV. That's all I know, man. I'm telling you, go where you're needed. Go look. If a school come in and say, hey, man, like, nah, listen, man, like I told Roy, we're losing all of this. Right? I forget the exact number, but we're losing all of these DB. You got a chance to come in right now and play for us. That's where you're needed at, man.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Instead of you looking at that roster and say, man, all these kids come back, right? Or they're recruiting all these kids,
right?
Including me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, go where you needed at, man. I think Rory got the perfect situation playing the Conference USA. I forget who they start the year all with, but it's a big time opponent. I think they play USC, Southern Cal this year. Rory got a chance, man, to do something special. So, I mean, Rory Butler, man, like I said again, I'm proud of that kid, man. I'm proud of him, man. I'm proud of everything he done for us. I'm proud of what he did for our program, man. Like, I look and see how Trent Scott look up to him,
Mm-hmm.
right? I look and see how Timo look up to him. You know what I'm saying? I see how they respond to him. I see all that. I see how J4 look up to him, Pratt. I see all those kids, how them kids look up to Rory, man, because Rory is really a good example, man. Rory comes in. Rory and them miss not one day of practice. I'm talking about Warrior didn't miss 1 day of practice. And Warrior's here every day. And after practice, Warrior running gas.
Running gas.
So all of those things, man, kids are going to see, man. So you can say what you want to say about the kid, right? We see it firsthand. Again, we done with our practice went to 7 o'clock. You know what I mean? We get out of practice at 7:30. Yeah. Warrior is running gassers after practice, man. Not a coach telling him this, none of that. Mm-mm. Even if we ran gassers that day for conditioning, Warrior's going to do that every single time after practice, right? So if you sitting with a kid or you sitting with a coach and we sitting on the bench, cause you don't want to, Warrior gonna be the last one out here. He gonna beat me out here, right? I'm just out here watching, right? And you sit to a coach, you tell him, man, that kid going to the league, man. We don't even think college, man. That kid going to the league, man. Right. Come on, man. We think about that kid like that, man. And but that's different, man. But in Warrior mindset, without me even telling Warrior this, I had told other guys I coached in the past this, but without me saying this, Warrior remind me of this quote I always say, man. I said, you train, you have the mindset like you're number one, but you train like you're number two on the depth chart. And Warrior works like that. Warrior could be number one, but Warrior trains and works like he's number two. And if he keep that hungry when he go to Missouri State, I'm telling you, man, we're going to look on Saturday, man, how many Warrior had today? Warrior had a pick today, forced fumble. Right. Warrior probably took a pump turn back to the high. I'm telling you, man, he going to fill it up. He going to fill it up, man. He's big time, man. I love the kid to death, man. And what he's going to do for our program, man, is amazing. What he's going to do at the next level is amazing. It's going to be good to see, just like I seen that committed thing and it had Palm Beach Lace on the bottom. It'll be good to see him at the next level. And I'm looking at that roster when they show the kids who's starting all that and that thing say Palm Beach Lace because he's going to represent us good, bro.
Yeah, man. Rory, man. And Rory I love Rory because he's a practice guy. Like he a guy you got to tell him this. All right, we have practice.
I'm gonna tell you a few stories about Rory with that. So I know in my mind, right? I said, okay, listen, man. I said, Ryan, this because him and Ryan battle. Mm-hmm. I said, Ryan, Rory, he gonna bite on that first move, right? So I said, hey, Julian, look away. Or Ryan work a double move, or if we go into that tight instead of running aisle, let's run aisle west because he expect the aisle comes to run aisle west on him. And if Ryan beat him, remember I think Ryan a couple weeks ago beat him on the aisle west, went over top of him, right? And once you do that, I'm looking at her, that head drop down, this and that. So I already knew he gonna kill somebody. He gonna kill somebody. So I'm telling you, don't throw no medicine ball. I'm telling you, Rory gonna because he got beat on that play. So his get back gonna be a hit. He don't want to get back to be an interception. Right. He want to hit. You know what I mean? And I remember him catching the mark. On that drag, right, on that shallow. He caught the ball on that shallow. And we were like, oh my God, but he break that one leg.
Right. That thing was bent all the way back. His leg was bent all the way back.
I was so mad at Rory. I said, Rory, you only did that because you got beat on the play. But that's how he is, man. And but now, that kid, man, I see that kid going forward.
Yeah, man, the first, I guess, because I ain't know about him like that. Mm-hmm. But the first day he came, and we in the weight room, and we was in throws in the weight room. We doing all kind of stuff. Yeah, and the first day we getting, I think it was power. We had clean and jerk or something like that.
Yeah.
And the way he just got in there and started. Now we had to, get him on like, hey, we work here like,
right.
And don't miss a set. We going to 12.
Right.
Not 10 or whatever. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But just the way
when he blow, he blow it. Up on him.
Yeah. We had to because I think he stopped. And Timo then was like, no, you can still got another one. You still got two more. Right. He did another one. He drawed. He was like, all right, I'm done. I was like, no, we go over to 12 here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? But just to see him get in there and start working there, you know what I'm saying? He was complaining he was tired, but you could see it though. You can say, okay, man, now this kid he different.
That's what I'm saying. When you get kids come through like that, man, what it does for the program, because the underclassmen is watching you. Mike Anderson watching them.
Right.
Tayshaun watching. Trent watching. You see what I'm saying? D'Amico watching. Those guys are watching. Duke watching. Ryan watching. You know what I mean? They're watching them. So when guys are watching and looking at them like that, even if they're not saying anything, in their minds that get passed down. So when the next group comes and you ask like, man, why you work like that? Oh, we had a guy here named Rory Butler, man, that taught me how to do. So when the next freshman come, that 33 player, right? He see Tayshaun in their senior year.
Right, yeah.
Why y'all work like that? Oh, we had a dude here 4 years ago, 3 years ago named Roy Butler. That's how he worked. Oh, the word that's playing. Yeah, that's how he worked. That's how he worked in the weight room. That's how he did it. That's how he got to that point. So that's all we know to work like that. Why y'all running gases after practice? Roy Butler ran. We practiced 7 o'clock. He was out here running gases, and we see what that did for his game and see what that did for him. You know what I mean? Everything that he do, you gotta understand. God's gonna watch and see how you did it, how you got to that point, and what that does for the program. Without us kind of instilling it in the guys, they just naturally see that what somebody else did. You see what I'm saying? And for me, man, that's when God was coming in talking to Rory, man, I kept telling him like, bro, like what he's gonna do for your program is what he's gonna do. What he's gonna do for your performance. Right. What Rory's doing this year, this is what's going to happen for the next 5 to 10 years for Lakes. You see what I'm saying? This is going to set us for the next 5. It's not just something he did for just the following year, for Duke them senior year, right? This is something they're going to take them all the way through Tayshaun them senior year, Mike Anderson them senior year. And I love that kid to death for that, man. What he did for our program was huge, man.
Yeah, man. That's he was.
Oh yeah, I can see. We can see it talk about Roy all day long. So that's
he was big get for us, man. You know what I'm saying? Now it's recruiting time, and you got guys. I'm already kind of seeing guys, posting the offers, and we always talk about this every year. You know what I'm saying? We see guys posting the offers and everything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you sitting at this side as a head coach, and you got coaches coming in, talking to kids.
Yeah.
Kid hears, I got an offer from a coach. I mean, you may have said it before, but it's good to talk about it again. What are you telling that kid right after he hears that? Hey, coach such and such want to offer you. Like, what are you saying to him so he knows like whether this is real or this is?
Yeah. So for me, I guess it's on the line of when Word first came, that's the first thing we did was check to make sure what he had and what he didn't have. Right. That was the first thing we did. We wanted to check and make sure that that we knew what we had to do, right? What kind of work we had to do, because we don't know what the situation is. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things that I try to make sure that that it's good. Whether the kid stays here all 4 years with us or he leaves and go, at least that other school would know what's real and what's not real in that situation, right? So for me, if a kid coming from Lace and he have something or whatever, for the most part, 99% that's going to be something that's concrete and something that's real for the kid. I try not to be, and you said it earlier about fluff. Nothing what that we're doing is about fluff. You know what I'm saying? And I try to run a serious program. It ain't about me. You'll never see me taking pictures with college coaches and stuff like that. I believe all that's fluff. Now I know sometimes schools say, no, I just do it for this coach, do it for that coach to promote whatever program that they're promoting or whatever it may be. For me personally, right, I just have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Again, I don't have a problem with the coaches that does it, nothing like that. But for me to look at it on social media and see myself doing that, I consider that fluff for me. You know what I'm saying?
Let me go on a second. Just so y'all know, as head coach of his favorite team on the campus, nobody knew.
Nobody knew. So I'm gonna go back to that. Yeah. So right. So I consider all that fluff for me, man. And I know people look at it like, man, Timo, man, you anti-social. No, it's not about that, because at one point I was in those kids' shoes, and I know how serious I took football, and like this is my life. You see what I'm saying? Like, hey man, like I need to know where my future is at. I don't need you playing coach, taking no picture with nobody. I need to be knowing what's real and what's not. So, from what you were talking about, so in season, guys come throughout the season and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like you say, people will never know. But in season, I think we was playing, I don't know what week it was. It was after week 5, right?
Yeah, it was after
week
week 5.
Haven. It's whenever he was on Royal Palm sideline.
Yeah, when they played
with West Boca. Whatever week
that
that was. Had to be like week 8 or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
Dwyer week, maybe.
Dwyer, maybe. Maybe in Dwyer
week.
Week. Some around that time. No, because he went to Florida State after Dwyer week. Remember?
Okay, so
we took the visit to Florida.
Well, we played for Dwyer.
So it was the following week. Yeah. So it had to be. So if we played Dwyer week, whatever that following week was.
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
So now, mind you, now that week of Dwyer you talking about, it's probably why you're saying that. I get the phone call. I want to come on campus and meet with your coach. Matter of fact, Miami had a bye that week, so whatever week Miami had a bye, I want to come meet with you, coach, and just have a conversation. Okay, no problem, right? Boom. I might have told even about 1 or 2 coaches. The only reason why I told the admin for the most part because of the security situation, right, on campus. So So Coach Cristobal came on campus, right? Came straight through the hall. Good thing when he came through, but a lot of kids in the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard and got straight to my office. You know what I mean? So he came in my office, and I shut the door in my office. I probably had about 1 or 2 people. I think the baseball coach, somebody else came in there, but to see who it was. That's my question or something, got something to do with something else, but ended up seeing Coach Cristobal in there. But we signed off about an hour and a half, right? And we just talked about program and, obviously the guys that, that he's looking at in our program and stuff like that. And we just signed about an hour and a half and talked. And like you said, I didn't post that, didn't say it, didn't say Cristobal came on campus, didn't say none of that stuff, right? I didn't even mention none of that about thank you for Miami for coming. I ain't none of that stuff. The kids on the team ain't even see it. I ain't bring nobody in there. You know what I mean? The kids and team ain't know nothing about it, none of that. And the other ones they wouldn't have known.
Right.
The other schools, because I was doing we was doing pregame meal, and the kid and the guys came in pregame meal, so kids was able to see them like that. Other schools like that, but for the most part, I just think about, let's be real. You know what I mean? Let's be real. We always, we understand the process of this thing, and most coaches, right, that played at that level and stuff, like, we understand the process. But this these kids' time, man. We don't have that. We had our time. Right. We had our time to take pictures with coaches. We had our time to be recruited by coaches. We had that time. You know what I mean? I went through that process. Most coaches that got high school programs went through that process. Why is me and this man taking the picture together? Right? You don't even know how tall I am. So you need to take a picture with me to get that back up there. Most times taking pictures because they want to see how tall the kid is, right? Or something like that, compare the kid. So why is me and you taking the picture? I don't understand. I never gonna get that. I just feel like your program, a lot of times when you do that, it look like a joke. You know what I'm saying? Like I always compare in my mindset. I don't care where I'm coaching at. I prepare myself, and I think like the top programs in the state, right? I don't see Roger Harry doing that at St. Thomas. I don't see it, right? I don't see Sherman and coach doing that. They could be doing it. I just don't see it. I don't follow them guys either, but I don't see, they don't come across my feed that they do that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they'll be doing it all day long. Right. I don't see Venice coach doing it. I don't see none of that stuff.
You would be taking pictures. You would be taking pictures all day when he was there.
Right. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't see them guys doing it. So, like, can we please stop that tradition? Because it's starting to be a tradition now. So, can we please start the tradition? Put your players in the picture. How about we do that? Instead of you hold a picture, you hold a phone, coach, and put the players in the picture and let them take the picture with the coach. I have no problem if you're doing that. But the minute when I be seeing grown men in there doing that, man, I just, for me, it has nothing to do. I know people say that it promotes their program and stuff like that. Hey, man, they come in everybody campus.
Everybody. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, and if you just want to say this who start through the school today, or that's who start through the school this month, or the year, or whatever it may be, I have no problem with that. I think Atlantic does it. They put like a picture, and they put all the schools, like a bunch of them that came through the school that year or something like that, and that's one post, right? But I'm not, that's fine for me if you want to just promote it that way. But I'm just saying, you take a picture with the coach, like that ain't, put the kid in there who they recruit. Put them in the picture. Let them take a picture together. All right, I got you, bro. Boom, there you go, right? Next school come here, you get next to them. Boom, there you go, right? And use it like that, right? And that's kind of, because you'll see Timo Ryan put all the time, like, thank you for whoever coming through the school. Because Timo don't do that. You will see Ryan post that, they come recruit him. You will see Timo doing that, come recruit. Big Money does it, or some Raphael or whoever else doing that kind of stuff. Like if the school come through and recruiting them. But you ain't finna see Coach Timo standing next to him and doing it. That ain't finna happen. So I just look at it like that. And like you said, you gave a good example that, a team that I root for. You know what I'm saying? University of Miami, I love to death. You know what I mean? I ain't take a picture of Mario Cristobal when he came through here, man. That's, we about, Cristobal see this, man, it's all love, but hey, man, we about business, man.
Yeah,
you know
man.
What I mean? We about business.
Speaking of, man, this year was supposed to be the year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Supposed to be the year for them to.
Still is now. We ain't out of it.
I know you're not out of it. Like I said, I ain't got no room to talk, but
y'all might don't get lame.
You probably don't think we is gonna get lame. But this supposed to be the year, man. We got 2 more games left. You got VT this week.
Yeah.
And then you got Pittsburgh week after that.
Yeah. I'm more concerned about the Pittsburgh.
That's the one I'm like, Because UM is usually good for one bad loss. I feel like they got it out the way.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They got it out the way.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
What we do? We running the table? What we going on? The rest of the year,
Man, it's 20 years of it, bro. So don't get me wrong. Now, I'm watching the Virginia Tech game nervous. I'm gonna watch it nervous because hey man, you playing Sandman Rocky. You just got James Franklin. He might be in attendance.
Yeah, he gonna be there.
They gonna play with their hell on if I need to prove James Franklin that I need to be
coach, right.
keep me, you know what I mean? So man, I'm looking at all of that. I just like what the program Mario building. Jacoby Thomas, the DB that went off last game. I like what Pringle doing at tailback now. I think he give us a different dynamic, a quick, more jitterbug back in the backfield. Malachi Tony, one of the best anybody ever seen.
Right.
I think CJ Daines will be back this week. I think he's been out. He'll be back this week here. JoJo Trader starting to get healthy, coming along now. I think Carson kind of getting a little healthier. You know what I'm saying? Not healthier. I think he already healthy.
Yeah,
but
healthy,
I think he getting a little bit more. When I say healthy, I'm talking about more about
you.
the program, like the concepts, like he understanding what's going on, the reads and stuff like that, and kind of what Dawson asking him to do. I think, man, if they get through Virginia Tech and it's just that Pitt game, I think we take care of it. I think the tricky part is this Virginia Tech game more than anything. I'm concerned about Pitt, don't get me wrong. I think Pitt got a better team than Virginia Tech. But I just think playing, because Pitt don't have a crazy home field advantage, but playing in Virginia, and I think this now, if James Franklin didn't announce that he's going to Virginia Tech this week, I think it would have been all right. The fact that he announced that this week and the atmosphere going to be surrounding the Virginia Tech program, and I think he may even walk them out. You know what I'm saying? Like he may walk them out on Sandman. You know what I'm saying? And it going to go crazy, man, for that game, bro. And that's a tough spot. But if I had to put it on something, I think we take care of him. I think we finish 10-2.
Mm-hmm.
I think we make NCAA tell us that we're not in and put Notre Dame in, right? And you put Notre Dame in, keep us out. I think you're gonna hear some chaos from Miami fans.
Yeah.
We beat Notre Dame head to head. We beat Florida State, and Florida State beat Bama.
Mm-hmm.
You got Bama ahead of us,
which is crazy,
right? You got Notre Dame ahead of us. So I think you'll get the fan base kind of looking at that like that. Cause I felt last year,
and Notre Dame had just beat Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah.
So then y'all come back and beat Pittsburgh.
Yep. So you look at all of that, but I think we're looking for a very, very chaotic ending. I think it comes out today with the BCS because the AP don't matter.
Yeah,
but the BCS comes out today.
And BCS no more, but yeah, it's called
right. Well,
college football playoff.
Yeah, that. You know what I mean? And to spin that, man, great hire by Virginia Tech with James Franklin. I kind of predicted that one. And I called that one out probably about 2 to 3 weeks ago. I called that.
The recruiting started.
Yeah, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I called. I say, man, I think James Franklin going to Virginia Tech because Virginia Tech really wasn't recruiting him like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Penn State offered, yes, but all of a sudden Virginia Tech starting to pick up traction. Hey, I think James Franklin may be going to. I called it about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and the fact that he got to that point of getting that Virginia Tech program is big, man. I think he fits that, man. Like, James Franklin fits the Penn States, Virginia Techs, the Wisconsins, the Michigan. You could see him with those kind of programs, man. And I think they got a good one, man. I think, your beloved Gators, you guys running the risk right now because you're putting everything into Lane. But I heard Lane family was in Baton Rouge looking at houses.
I don't think he come.
So now if you don't get Lane, how about Tulane coach? Everybody talking about.
You know who I want, which I don't really can't get him. I'll write a blank check, hit up to Atlanta, go over to Georgia Tech. Yeah, you know that's who I want. You know what I want.
No, he.
Man, I don't give a
damn. Alumni of the
man,
school,
man, blank check. Man, anybody do think blank check?
People saying blank check. Kiffin.
I mean him. Yeah, I know. I like.
I don't think y'all like Kiffin in Florida though.
Nah, they don't
because y'all used to serious, more not laughing type guys, man. Like the Urbans and the Sabins, like.
I think, I think again, my first choice, I want Georgia Tech. I just love Georgia.
You know what I'm saying? He more like the Sabins and the Kirbys.
I want him there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Either him now, and now that USF took this loss.
Alex Golish.
Hey man, go right down the road. Go right down to Tampa.
Another serious coach.
Come on.
You see his handshake when he shake.
Yeah,
he's serious, bro.
Come on, Golish. Come on to Gainesville.
And I'm gonna tell you, man, like they're a sleeper in the state. If they keep that guy in South Florida,
come on, man,
they're a sleeper in the state. I tell you right now, two of our top athletes love it. They love South Florida.
Yeah.
They love South Florida. I mean, I'm telling you, man, they're a sleeper, man. Like that guy at Florida.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And you get DVD with him.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that'll be big. But Florida, I'm telling you, I don't think Florida gonna get lane. So Florida need to look at.
I don't think so either. I think he either stays or LSU.
What do you think about what Kirby said about that interview? He just said something he had one of the post game interviews and talked about
the NIL and the toughness thing
about the money. Yeah, he said you coming here, it ain't, I know people looking for that bag, but we hit people here.
Yeah, I mean, it's see, that's the one thing too when it comes to this NIL these days, just the generation in altogether, is that not saying guys are soft, but because of everything is more what's the word I want to use? Everything is to them, like, you know what I'm saying, as far as technology, everything's quick, everything's easy. I got so many more options. Now, it is harder to me, and with money, and it is harder to find tougher guys, the toughest of the guys, you know what I'm saying? But because now when you put money involved into it, if you got $1 million in your pocket,
mm-hmm.
and you got to go, how much? Let's say you beefing with somebody,
mm-hmm.
nigga talking whatever, blah 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 blah. But you wake up tomorrow, you got $1 million in your pocket, you got $2 million in your pocket. Like, how much really you trying to really fight them? Like, I don't gotta do that. I could just go tomorrow. I go to the beach. I go wherever I want.
Yeah, outside of the mind.
Once Conor McGregor, once he got that $100 million deal,
mm-hmm.
he says it's hard to wake up and want to fight now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So now you got that. So you're not into that kind of mentality into these kids these days.
Football, right.
To find the dog of the dog of the dog, I think it's tough, man. And that statement, yeah, I mean, it may help or may hurt. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I thought about when he said that though? Because he said you have to be the right athlete to love it and also get compensated for loving it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? D'Amico Gordon. D'Amico for us is, I'm telling you, like the next 2 years in Palm Beach County, this kid is insane, man. He's insane. He is a Georgia Bulldog player. I'm telling you, man, like every day in school, Coach Timo, is we gonna hit today? D'Amico, no, man. We in week 8, man. We ain't finna be hitting, man.
We had shorts on the last week or whatever. We had shorts on that practice. We were about to start doing the 707. I'm sitting there, about to start. That was the day you was throwing the ball at 707. So before you even start, I guess you was doing up the play. D'Amico can't say, Coach, man, like we hitting.
Right.
I say D'Amico, it's 707. We got shorts on. I can just. No, D'Amico, you can't just.
No, don't hit nobody, man. No, like, listen, man, I'm telling you, like, that hit he had Dwyer, man.
Yeah.
This big boy, and he hit him. I'm talking about, bro, like, he just that kind of kid, man. Like, he gon', it could be a truck coming through the hole. D'Amico gonna try.
You gonna try?
That's what I'm saying, man. It's insane, man. Like, when Kirby had that speech, man, I just thought about, like, well, I can see D'Amico playing at Athens, man.
Yeah, man. Like I say, it's and to be a Georgia kind of kid like talking about with D'Amico, man. Those guys, you gotta. I guess to me, recruiting these days for these college coaches, I know it's gotta be extra hard.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. To find toughness, to find real tough guys, not just because I think you find skilled guys, fast guys, speedy. Everybody want to shake and do all everything, but find real tough guys. You know what I'm saying. In this generation, is really hard because I don't think it's as many as it was back in the day.
Right.
And the way with money now. I could just I can go somewhere else. I don't gotta go to Georgia.
Correct.
I can go get more money over here and play.
Right. And like I said, Georgia's players though also their measurements, man, the physiques, man, like them guys look insane, man. You know what I mean? And that's some of it too. You know what I'm saying? That's some of it too. And you can find some tough-nosed kids sometimes, but a lot of time our tough-nosed kids are undersized. Because we can look at a lot of them and say, man, like that kid got a dog in him, but who gonna recruit him because he's small, you see what I'm saying? And kids gotta understand that too, man. Like this season coming up right now, man, try to pack on much size you possibly can, because those guys are not really taking big chances on guys who they feel like is undersized like that.
This size thing now, I mean, size has always been, I got tested that, been short my whole life, but size has always been a thing. But like the way it is now, I feel like it's more extreme, and maybe just because of social media and everything now, but I feel like it's just more extreme. They really looking for like guys 6'3", 6'4", got long arms. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want some speed. Speed used to be primary.
Right.
Now speed is secondary.
Right.
They want a tall guy, long guy.
And if you are going to be short like that, you better have some big legs on you. You better have that suddenness. You better have that quick twitch. You know what I'm saying? Look at the kid down in Miami Central, the returner down there that's going to FIU.
Yeah.
Look how much he has to do to get to FIU.
Come on,
that kid back in the day is probably going to a bigger program.
Right.
Just kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you got to be, if you're going to be small and big.
You got to be, you got to be different. So if you 5'6", 5'7", 5'8", 5'9", 5, even 5'10",
Tutu Atwell,
you got to be 2'2", Atwell.
Tavon Austin.
You mean Noel Devine. You got to be Lito Shepherd.
Yeah, those kind of
You know what I'm saying? Your tape got to look crazy.
Lil Will like it.
Your tape got to look crazy. You know what I'm saying? So to any short guy listen to this, your tape can't be like nobody else's.
Like what a big guy doing.
Come on, no. Like you know what I'm saying? Timo was what, 6'1", 6'1". So if you look at Timo's tape, and Timo got a nice tape, but if you smaller than Timo, when I put your tape on, or when the college coach put your tape on and Timo tape on, they be like, damn, you doing more than what Timo should do. Stuff is giving, but you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's man,
it has to be that. It has to be that. And that's kind of what I'm saying. We talking about Fournette, Ryan tape. Look at Ron Jr. tape this year.
Come on, man.
Anybody. I know other high school coaches know, because like you said earlier, they trying to get him to transfer.
Trying to get him.
But just other players who I'm talking about. So you talking about, okay, how's Ryan, how he went to Lakes and got these things or whatever it may be. Put his tape on. And like I said, you have to make those kind of plays. You have to look like that. You know what I mean? You got to be, you got to have wide range, right? Ryan catching deep balls, Ryan catching short things, Ryan catching standstills and going, Ryan catching, running on jets. You know what I mean? Ryan going to corner, Ryan returning kicks, punts. Y'all do everything, man. And like I say, between Rory the same size as Duke.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So he's doing it at the same size as him. But guys that may be 6 foot 5'11" like Ryan, look at his tape.
You gotta be special.
You got to be special, man.
Ryan's a special cat.
And if you ain't gonna be special, if you ain't gonna be if you ain't gonna be small and special, you better be big like Raphael Aker. Look at Raphael Aker tape.
Right.
You better be 6'3", 6'4", 265 pounds, and doing that kind of running like a linebacker at D tackle. You better be doing stuff like that. And like I say, those kind of things like that. When you look around, like, man, I know I'm better than him. Like, but he can all the offers, I'm not. Look at your measurement, look at his measurements. It's completely two different things, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta look at it like that, because a lot of times people are, oh man, they sleeping on me, or I played them and I shut him down, or I played them and he ain't do nothing. Look at my numbers versus them and look what he did versus us. I get all that. You're 100% correct, right? But look at your size and look at him. You know what I mean? So you're 100% correct. You know what I mean? But look at your size and look at him. And I'm not saying that is the right thing. I'm telling you that that's how college coaches look at it. So when they go on that campus and your coach or whoever or us or whatever saying, Coach, this kid's better than that kid who y'all offered. Yeah, Coach, I get it, but that kid 5'10", that kid who we offered is 6'3", 6'2", 6'1". Coach, look at the kid's arms on that. He can play in our conference. That kid can't play in our conference. He gonna last 3 games in our conference. That kid gonna last the season in our conference. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta take all those stuff into consideration before you just think somebody's sleeping on you like that, right? You gotta have a coach to tell you the real. And again, on campus right now, I tell my guy, they'll tell you, walk around campus right now. Coach, hey man, my focus is right now, I'm gonna give y'all this week or 2 off, or 3 weeks, whatever. When we get back in, I gotta put 20 pounds on you.
Right.
I'm looking at him. You gotta get. How tall your dad is, man? I'm cussing asking that question.
We asking how tall your dad is,
man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we try to think about the future. You're gonna get taller. That kid, that even say straight up. Soon I meet him, how tall your dad is? How tall your mama? How about your uncles and your family? Anybody tall? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think, like, right now, do we have a spurt coming? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't have a spurt coming. I hate when they say, I'm talking about my mom and my dad right now. I'm like, oh, well, we done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially when I seen their parent, like,
yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like, man, but those things you got to look forward to when you got coming up, man. And it's all season coming up for most teams. Like you said, we only got about 16 or whatever it is they're playing. So all season coming for a lot of people right now. And and I say to you 27 guys, you coming up right now, try to condense down your list of where you want to travel to. When you're talking about your junior days and stuff like that, and what school's just really real. Don't get caught up in all this uncommittable offer stuff. You know what I'm saying? Don't let you. And I'm saying this too. When you management, if not with your coaches, don't have your coaches telling you somebody offered you, right? If a school offer you, you're 27, you're 28. If a school offer you, they're going to tell you out their own mouth, right? And you're going to hear from more than just that coach came to that school that day. Our school ain't coming down here. Listen, they've been recruiting you pretty much the entire year. They're not just coming down here for the first time and meeting you, don't even know who you were, and say, oh, we offer you, and it's real. No. This guy been talking about you for the longest or whatever it may be, tuck your film up to the school, and everybody, it ain't just me FaceTime you, everybody FaceTime you, head coach FaceTime. Congratulations, man, we got offers, and we're going to keep you on. How your mama doing? And everything, right? That's the real, man. So you finna get into the season again. We're going to talk about this every time since we having this podcast. We getting into this season coming up right now. Y'all know what's finna come up. The uncommittable offers finna come up. That season finna come up very, very soon. Young people, please look at the guys before you. Please look at the guys before you. Just go back on that kid page who's probably signed to a school that you didn't think he was signed to, and just scroll down to this time last year and look at all of his offers that he announced, AGTG or whatever it be put on there, that he announced, right? And look at all that stuff, and then hit him in the inbox. Hey man, what happened, man? You had like what happened, man? And tell him, give you some pointers. Tell him, give you some information on what happened. Like he had the Big Ten offer, he had the SEC offer, he had the ACC offer. What happened? Talk to him, because you don't want to hear from a coach telling you this. Talk to the player and find out what happened. And it could be anything. It could be whatever it may be, but find out what happened so you prepare yourself, your senior year coming up, that you know what's real and what's not real, or how, if you got that uncommittable offer, how,
can it become
why they ain't go through with it? Like, was it a bad off season? Was it a bad spring? Like what happened? You know what I'm saying? Like really have that conversation, because what's gonna happen is we're gonna see the same cycle again. We're gonna come on this podcast, and we're gonna be saying the same thing about the next class, trying to inform them about the situation, because that is a serious problem in our county. That's a serious problem in the state, right? Because you see a lot of those things getting thrown out. It's always going to be 1 or 2 schools every single year that come in and offer everybody from Broward, Dade, and Palm Beach. It's going to happen. It's going to be one school come in and just, you're going to look on Twitter and they offer 45 guys within 2 days.
Come on, man. Crazy.
I'm telling you,
crazy.
Bro, we see it every year.
Crazy.
Whatever it's gonna be 1 or 2 schools. We're gonna say, man, they just kind of offer everybody.
Everybody.
You know what I'm saying? And so
last year was bad. I mean, every year was bad. Last year was bad.
Right. No, I remember the year before it was a crazy.
No, yeah. Well, I think West Carolina did one couple
Buffalo
times.
did one year.
Buffalo.
Yeah. So
UCLA was here during the.
Oh, he did. How many guys was on UCLA? Come on, man. Let's be real with these kids.
UCLA was down.
Man, how many guys going to UCLA from everybody who they offered? How many UCLA offered? A bunch, right?
Yeah, they offered a good amount.
Sign day December 3rd. See,
let's see who we
not even just that. Now, sign day December 3rd. You had to take your official visit somewhere between
now and then.
Right now, probably this week.
This week,
Thanksgiving you ain't finna take it.
Nope.
And then signing day.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Signing day December 3rd. So who have we seen on official visit? I mean, have we seen a lot of people on official visit right now?
Just all together, just too much. Just anybody.
Official visit. Tell UCLA all that. Have we seen people official visit? Have we seen people on official visits right now?
Nah, man, that's got to be. I got to remember this question. And this week I'm gonna look. So when we come back next week,
you'll be able to see
this information.
I'm telling you right now. I'm glad you said UCLA. We better see somebody signing December 3rd from UCLA. We better see it.
We ain't gonna see nobody.
No, we better see.
Ain't gonna be not one coach.
Somebody signing to UCLA December 3rd.
It ain't gonna be not one coach. Not one. I mean, who to like?
I don't know how many they offer. I know they offer a lot of people. I do know
they have a good amount.
That's the first time I seen the UCLA sign.
And I want to believe that's Toddy's up there. I think he's GA up there.
Okay.
I think that's kind of where it's coming from. Because he Palm Beach, Roll Palm with the Roll Palm and everything like that. I want to say again, I'm not blaming him or nothing. I'm just saying because that's my guy, whatever. But I want to say that's kind of where it's sparked from. Now, how much authority does he have or whoever else have to give them offers?
Somebody better sign to UCLA.
It ain't gonna be that one, coach.
December 3rd.
No, not one.
Because I'm telling you, man, that.
It's.
Y'all got to start this.
They got to stop it, bro. They got to stop. I mean, even I don't want to say his name, but even Mother Bull, you know what I'm saying? Come on, dog. Yeah. Hey, you
gotta
come
stop
on,
it,
dog.
bro. You got to stop it, bro. Because what happens, man, like I say, we I guess you give us content, though, to talk about. But at the end of the day, because we're going to be looking at December 3rd.
We're going to be looking.
You know what I'm saying? For everybody around the county.
They ain't been an official visit. Definitely not UCLA. I mean, I'm trying to think about this. The 26 guys that are like who the official visit ever. Yeah. Like, I mean, ever. Official visit worthy, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we know.
No, you got
West Boca. He already
West Boca, yeah, we Miami, whatever. Right now.
Yeah, other one Louisville. That's out there.
Oh, yeah, Louisville.
Going somewhere.
Snowman, I know he can't do that now, but you know what I'm saying? This week, are we gonna?
No, because the two kids from Central, the linebackers, they both went.
They both
went visit West Virginia. I want to say they did theirs in the summer.
Official.
So, yeah, I think so. I want to.
I know one of them. I'm worried about.
I want to see both. I think both did. I think so. I think I've seen eight. I think for the most part, with them two. It's not a lot though, man.
That's the guys is really good. Once you just put the question in my head, I'm thinking loud.
Remember now, you got to be on your official visit before you actually sign December 3rd. Like that's the process of it, right? You get an offer.